All right, ladies and gentlemen, you'll notice I'm having a bit of a, what do you call it, lighting issue, but it's okay. We're going to make it still happen this evening because we must make the show go on. And welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday Night live stream where it's members only chat. That's right, only members with the icon next to their name can be in the chat room tonight. And tonight, do you want to be rich? How to become rich? That's right. Join the movement. You're already joined the movement if you're here paying attention to the SSN Nation. So welcome once again, and let's talk about it. Nobody's coming to save you. Gear, check, and please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you so much once again for allowing me to be in your home. And again, you'll notice I'm having a lighting issue, but the show must go on. So hopefully you can check it out and see it. We had issues here early, so I'm sorry I'm a little bit late because something was going on with the computer and it was weird. So anyhow, thank you so much for being here. We're going to get into a few things because first of all, down below in the description, make sure you get your free $10 of Bitcoin if you haven't already from Coinbase. It's down below the video in the description. The free $5 of Shiba or ADA or XRP, whichever you choose, is also at Webull. So use that link down below to sign up with Webull. That is just for starters because first of all, let me pull some things up on the screen. I'm going to get into who's in the house tonight because I want to know who received the YouTube notification and who also received and saw the trailer. That's what I want to know because we will be talking about SSN lifestyle tonight because that's part of the movement, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. So let me put that in there. But once again, I'm going to go to the screen and show you what I'm talking about because there is no consensus on how you can become rich. That is the funny part. That is the weirdest thing of all. There is no set playbook, it would appear, if you use Google. All right. There is a playbook as far as we're concerned here in the SSN Nation, right? But here with Google, look on the screen. If you want to become really, really rich, make bold moves. Now, we know make bold moves part. That's the thing that you should be doing. But look at this. Exploit your skill as a self-employed expert and invest in it. Interesting. Doesn't that sound like what I was referring to as Airbnb experiences? You're self-employed expert and invest in it. Doesn't this sound like starting your own business? Now, this next part, hit 100K, then invest the rest. Okay. If hitting 100K was so simple, you wouldn't have 70% of the people with $1,000, not even $1,000 in their bank account. Now, again, be an inventor and consider it as an opportunity to serve. I don't know what that actually means because being an inventor, we know a lot of inventors who died broke because either they just couldn't make the product that the customers or consumer wanted. So anyhow, that's a good thing if you have a skill set to invent things, but how long can you bring it to market? So I don't know about this really, really rich part. Join a startup and get stock. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, they're getting a little bit carried away. Only a certain segment, a small percentage of the population is going to be able to join a startup and get stock. And then that company goes on to actually become successful and be on the stock market. So again, I'm kind of questioning this Google search here. Develop property. I'm like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I assume What this list means is that you're already making hundreds of thousands of dollars, because when you develop property, unless you know Wilson Coup, where you can get a loan for doing rehab 100% after rehab value, ARV is what I call it. Others call it that too. But all I'm saying is, after ARV, to get a 100% loan, you have to go through certain lenders. Not everybody can do this. And there's certain other requirements. So again, develop property, that's nice. But how are you going to get in? Well, I know, you guys know, pre-construction properties, that's what's helped you get in. Build a portfolio of stocks and shares. You've heard that before. So down below in the description, use the link from Robinhood and Webull and get your free stocks. And don't forget, as I always say every live stream, please share the video so you can help thousands, 100, one other person to get free stocks, because you never know what those stocks are. And I've been rambling on long enough. Let me see who's in the house tonight. Drip Animal Farm is here with the cryptocurrency, with the icon. He's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream, where it's members only chat edition. And in case you're watching this and you can't get in the chat room, there's a reason why. Wednesday nights are for members of the channel with the icons next to their name. And he says, let's go. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go. And he says, I got the notification. Drip Animal Farm, thank you so much for letting me know you received the notification. I appreciate that. That's one person in the house tonight. And once again, Victor Marrero's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday, Money Making Wednesday, Money Making Friday, but it's Wednesday only with members only chat today. And he's here and he has his tagline in tow. Hello all, let's do this. Hello, Victor Marrero. Thank you so much once again for being here. And you guys know what we're talking about is making money passively. And this has to go with how to get rich. I'm not going to let it slide, ladies and gentlemen. If that wasn't enough, look at this. I'm going to keep going with this ray of hope that everyone has to be rich. Now, look at this here. I want to go down here. What is the fastest way to get rich? And look at this. Totally different than what they were talking about up top. It says avoid and pay down debt. Debt is not necessarily bad in all instances. I wonder where they've heard that before, but it is something to be avoided most of the time. That's right, unless you use your debt to buy assets. That is what the difference is. Buying cars, buying clothes. I will say, depending on who you are, buying homes, that could be debt. Going to school, debt. Spend intentionally and minimize cost. Okay, I don't know anything about the 5 fastest ways to become rich, but there's one thing initially. You're going to have to make money. I don't understand how you move according to these Google searches. Invest as much as possible in diversified portfolio. Okay, look. Even Victor Marrero, he's been sounding the alarm about diversified portfolios. We've all been talking about this for years. This now means you have to have disposable income in order to invest. It's not like you can live paycheck to paycheck and then somehow have a diversified portfolio. You have to make way more money than what you are spending. Work on your career. Again, I thought this was the 5 fastest ways to become rich. Working on your career. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to let this slide. I don't know what is going on here. Even Google does not have a consensus on how to become rich, because work on your career. Most people start out in their 20s in a career, searching for a career, sometimes even into the 30s. Then they finally figure out this is the career that's going to be for them. But you don't make the most of you don't have the highest wage when you're 23 years old normally, nor when you're 27, nor when you're 30. Your higher wages start to be at around 35 to 50 something. So I don't understand what this means. This is not fast. None of this is fast. And then find extra work, which is what we now call side hustles, right? I mean, that's in stone. Okay, let's dismiss. Let me know what you guys are thinking here because I'm disappointed with Google right now. No wonder people are all on YouTube, on Instagram and Twitters and Facebooks and going around when somebody says make $1,000 a day and pay me $5,000 so I can tell you how. No wonder people are doing this. No wonder people are buying up courses and buying up books and buying up whatever they can because I, for one, don't like those options. When you're talking about the fastest way and then they're telling you make sure you have a career and all this, I'm like, wait, I don't know what they're looking at, ladies and gentlemen. But this is definitely, that's going to take you a long time. That's not fast. Now, fast is all relative. Is fast 10 years? Is fast 5 years? Is fast 20 years? I don't know. I don't really know what this means. I'm just Googling tonight just to let you guys know. And as you already know, there is no consensus. But I know here in the SSN Nation, I know there is a little consensus on this. So let's see what people are going to say about it. And Utan G's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream where it's members only chat. Those with the icon can only be here tonight. And thank you so much for your membership. And he has his tagline. Good evening, fam. Good evening to you too, Utan G. Very nice to see you. Thank you so much. Drip Animal Farm Cryptocurrency says good evening. And oh, by the way, you see his name on the screen. He does his own channel now. He has become into the YouTube fam. So go check out his channel. He has some interesting videos. So see what he's talking about. And he's in the Drip Animal Farm Cryptocurrency, which means the Drip Network. So one of those things that we showed on the screen, none of it was talking about making passive income daily. None of it was talking about making extra money weekly. All this latest one, the 5 fastest ways, was extra job, side hustle, extra gig. Okay, there's only so many hours in a day. I don't know about you guys, but at one time I did work 16 hours a day for 2 jobs. 2 jobs. That was cool, but that time that went by was 16 hours a day. You don't have 16 hours a day if you have a 1 child or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. If you have children, 16 hours a day is not even going to be a thing because we have to worry about who's going to be paying attention to these children after school, who's going to be taking care of them before school. All these things come into play, and quite frankly, you guys know childcare costs an arm and a leg. So when somebody says you got to get an extra job or extra work, it's not just get a job for extra work, because first of all, once you leave, somebody else has to take care of the things while you're at work. So again, this is disappointing, quite frankly. I have to say, I'm very disappointed in seeing what Google says and having people confused because neither one of these were actually consistent. All right, let me know what you guys think about this. All right, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going because how can I become rich from nothing? Because I'm not even going to get into how I can become a millionaire in a year. Let's just call it that's not going to happen. Well, actually, I shouldn't say never from never, but let's see what they say how to become a millionaire in a year. That sounds like a YouTube thing. How to become a millionaire in a year thumbnail, right? Look at this. Start saving early. What are we talking about here? In order to become a millionaire in a year, you have to do like, what is that? $100,000 a month for 12 months. That gets you there. That gets close, but unfortunately that won't cut it. You have to make more than that because 100,000 is going to be taxed. So you're going to have to at least make like 150. All right, just to get to $1 million after tax. Okay, avoid unnecessary spending and debt. Okay, this is obvious. What I'm trying to figure out how to become a millionaire in a year. Save 15% of your income or more. That's not going to cut it either, unless you're already making like $500,000 a year. I mean, I don't get this. Make more money. Okay, isn't that kind of obvious? Don't give in to lifestyle inflation. Okay, again, I'm looking for how to become a millionaire in a year. Get help if you need it. Okay, well, I'm still waiting. And 401k, oh, okay, still waiting. Traditional and Roth, still waiting. You can't put $1 million. Okay, you can put $1 million in there, but in order for you to put $1 million in there, that means you have to be making tens of millions. All right. Now, this doesn't tell anybody how to become a millionaire in a year either. This is sad, ladies and gentlemen. This is very sad. I mean, I don't know what's going on around here, but it's very sad that you can't ask Google, you can't ask Alexa how to be rich or how to become a millionaire or anything, and they're giving you these nonsensical answers. This is the reason why there's confusion out here. Now I understand. Okay, here's the salary that makes you rich. This again, I'm just going to stop with this last. This is the second to the last. And I'm going to say this. While average incomes, hold on, let me make sure. I just can't believe this. Individuals are typically classified as rich if they earn at least twice the median national household income per year. Ladies and gentlemen, notice this trickery. Median national household income. That means they can count like husband and wife as a household. I don't like using that number, but this is what they do, trickery. In 2021, this number was 79.9, meaning a household needed to make at least 122,744, to fall into the upper income rich category. This is from February 2022. Okay. This is craziness here. All right. I don't know what's going on, but by any stretch of any imagination, there is no way $122,000 is called upper income rich category for a household. That literally means both parties, just like they said, would have to make like 79.9, 80 grand. This is crazy. All right. You're going to be doing very well if two people in your house are making 80 grand after tax. You got 120, whatever. You're going to be doing fine. But again, the numbers don't bear this out, because if the household is making that much, you are going to be in the top 10%. That's just the way it is. The rest of the 90% of people who are around here looking around, trying to get rich, this is not going to work. And again, that's the salary. Okay, well, this will be the last one because I'm just curious. Steps to become a millionaire in 5 years or less. Develop a perfect financial plan. Okay, that's cute. Be brave and take risk. That's cute. Overcome excuses, improve the confidence. That's cute. Earn a lot of money. That's your answer. Save money from your earning. Invest the money wisely. Now, invest the money wisely. That's your answer again. Okay, enough, ladies and gentlemen. Enough of this nonsense. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sitting here in disbelief how I say how to get rich on Google, and the answers are inconsistent with what you need to do. It's also inconsistent with logic. It makes no sense how to get rich, and none of the answers are telling you how the rich get rich. Well, you guys know here in SSN Nation, that's not the problem, because we tell you how it's done. All right. Victor Morero says, first step, I would say, is to have a tight budget early on life. Then invest the same amount on a weekly or monthly basis, depending on the investment amount. You could have over 1 mil after 10 to 20 years. Okay. And I will say this. I'm going to say this because the 10-year to 20, I would go with 20 years to 30 years, unfortunately, with the present programs that are presented to most people, because most people used to work at a job. Then they would tell them to put their extra money into a 401k or whatever pension plan they would have. The problem is you make less money in your 20s. So for like your first 5, 10 years, you can't put in thousands of dollars a month. So I'm going to give you guys an illustration. Let me see if I have a Google calculator that I can go to here, right? Because I'm going to show you something. This is where you guys have to understand. This is why you need that passive income. This is why you need those extra streams of income. That's why you need to work your job And then after you work your job, spend 2, 3, 4 hours a day working on extra streams of income. All right. So what I'm going to do is, let me see if I can get a Google Calc up. Just to give you guys, we keep it real up here in the field, right? We let you know what to expect. So you're not going to be out here on a limb thinking that you're going to be able to do some magical stuff. Diesel Mike is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday Night live stream, where it is the members only that can be in the chat room, those with the icon tonight. And he says, good evening, Eric and SSN family. Good evening, Diesel Mike, to you. Thank you so much for being here. Vanessa Gates in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday Night live stream, where it's members only chat. And she says, hey, boss and SSN fam, interesting subject. Yes, Vanessa Gate, the entrepreneur you are, the business owner you are. Are you seeing these answers from Google, which is crazy when you put in how to get rich and it's never talking about actually how to do it? Concepts they have, but they're not telling you, leading you to the water. Very, very interesting. Diesel Mike, Obsidian Lion, the code keepers in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday Night live stream with the icon, because it's members only that can be in the chat room tonight. Everybody else can watch. And he says, hello, SSN family and the Sultan of Financial Freedom. Good day to you. Good day to you, sir. I appreciate the soft reference, the Sultan of Financial Freedom. That's what we're getting into right now, because how to get rich, according to Google: work hard, get extra jobs. I don't know, save money. I'm like, what are we talking about here? That's not going to cut it. And I'm about to show you guys something right now. Let me show you this. Here's the funny part. Let me show you this part right here. Let me get this up on the screen, because here's the Google. Oh, nope, I don't have the Google calculator up. Hold on a second. Thought I had it up, because I got so disgusted by how to get rich. And this is crazy. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, you're making, let's just call it $5,000 a month. In this day and age, we know, I'll even make it simple. We'll just say you're making $5,000 a month, and for some miracle, you're able to have $2,500 that you can throw into a savings account, right? So that's $2,500 times 12. And quite frankly, not that many people do this or can do this, but we'll just go along with me here. $30,000 a year, ladies and gentlemen. All right. That's how much you would be able to put away. Now, I'm not going to count 10% of interest earned, or 25% interest, or nothing on your money. I'm just showing you straight up $30,000. All right. Now, so rich is not even a million anymore, but I'm going to use that. A million divided by 30,000. All right. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that's 33 years just to have the mill. Now, I know some of you are sitting there, because we're all smart here. Some of you are saying, hey, Eric, I get you, but we could have been earning 5 to 10 if we had index funds. And according to history, we could have been earning about 10% or 9.5% annually. Quite naturally, you are right. So we'll round down. All right. But we're still going to round down. Even if I'm generous, that's going to be 25 years. All right. Most people can't even do $2,500 a month. So if you can't even do $2,500 a month for 25 years, and then you have to risk it by putting it into an investment vehicle, right? That is the problem right there, ladies and gentlemen. You see, there is no get rich quick when you do it that way. The only way you can get rich quick is a few other items that here in the SSN Nation we talk about. You have to have your money making money while you sleep. You can't do it manually. You can't do it with this hand-to-hand combat. You're going to need something that goes up in value. And that means what goes up in value while you're sleeping? Year to year. Real estate? Doesn't it make sense? That would make sense. Doesn't investing in stocks? They've been doing very well over the last 100 years, 90 years or so. Hasn't been a total wipeout, but then again, you have to pick the correct stocks. But if you pick the index funds, hey, you can get your 10% on your money every year. But still, that's going to take you 25 years using those methods, other than if you actually did have some real estate holdings. And especially while I'm talking about this in 2022, we're talking about 2022. That's why we talked about passive income, ladies and gentlemen, because without passive income, you're not going to be able to make those goals. You're going to be working your ass off till you die. They never tell you this. You're sitting there going along. Now, I will say this. You generally have an increase in funds or wages as you get older. So the first 5 to 10 years, you're not going to be able to sock away 2,500, which now means you're on the other side of the spectrum, right? You're sitting there going, okay, I can only put out an extra $400 a month. Well, for each year you have to put out $400 a month. On the other side, you have to put in $3,000, $4,000 per month. Are you seeing how this works? So when somebody sits there and says, Google, how do you become rich? Google can't answer it because it all depends on your revenue model. If you're only making $50,000 or $60,000 a year for 20 years or 10 years, you're going to be hard pressed to get to this magic number of $1 million that used to be significant. It's not that significant anymore when homes are selling for that on a regular basis in some states. So again, this is the reason why people are out here always looking for a better option. All right, here we go. Meeting and supplying the needs of the people works for me. Exactly. Vanessa Comagate, this is part of what a person actually needs to do, because like I always say, you don't want to have to search for customers. You want to put yourself in a position where customers are looking for you. You can always market, but the downfall of most companies is by marketing time and time again. And it costs to acquire their customers. The same playbook that all of the free social media apps have. They lure you onto their app, but they're monetizing your information. The problem is that may not be enough, so they have to figure out how to keep monetizing you. And that's why the social media platforms have to change all the time. They have to do these updates. They have to change some rules because they're trying to figure out how to extract more money from your using of the free apps, short of charging you. So that is the thing that has to come up when you have to deal with cost of acquiring customers, which you don't want to do. You want to have the lowest cost available. And she says something very, very important. Supplying the needs of the people works for me. And if you can find that, then that gives you a 90% win rate. All right. I'm surprised they don't say win the lottery. Exactly. Marry into money or inherit it from a relative based on the deception they are giving. Exactly, Diesel Mike. That's literally what's going on. I agree with you 100%. That's what's going down here, man. It's crazy. Just crazy. All right. Their suggestions are not realistic. You got that right. Not even realistic. And therein lies the problem, because everybody thinks that they're sitting there saying, okay, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to put my money in a 401k or an investment vehicle. I'm going to have some stocks. And then 10 years goes by and you're sitting there looking at things and you're like, okay, that's cool. I have a few $100,000. It looks good. But then you don't realize that another 10 years is going to be treacherous because the cost of living goes up. And so I have friends, for instance, that had money. They started out at jobs when they were literally like 18, 19 years old. But think about this. 20 years later, they're only 40. Now their income is ungodly, right? Like, let's say $10,000 to $15,000 per month. And they bought a house like 10 years earlier. So their house note is pretty low. And now they're able to save $3,000, $4,000 per month. Now, all of a sudden, you're saving like 50 G's a year. 50 G's a year over 10 years or 5 years even turns out to be a lot. And then if you get your money into the stock market and it had a bull run, such as like 2010 to 2020, you would be loving life because you would have been making money on top of that. And that's why even somebody that has hardly any money needs to invest, because you never know which stocks are going to bust out. Like I'll say again, in case you're new here, real estate investing, stock market investing, your own business where you have revenues coming in and profits, and making your money work for you with a online type of side business that gets you there. All right. That's what you need, ladies and gentlemen, even though Google won't tell you that, but that's what you're going to need. So anyhow, down below in the description below the video, there are some free stocks that you can get from Robinhood Webull. Get your free crypto from Webull and Coinbase. Also, unstoppable domains. Don't forget about that, because that's how you'll be able to send and receive under your .crypto, .bitcoin, .wallet, .x, .nft. All right. All right. Diesel Mike laughing. Exactly. That's crazy. What about when life happens? Exactly, Vanessa Comagate. I know everybody's acting like it's the Wizard of Oz and everything's fine, because life happens. There's always going to be ups and downs. There's going to be emergencies. Let's just call it what it is. Now, even if you own it, it doesn't even matter what you own. It breaks down. If it's man-made, it's going to break down. It's that simple. All right. Obsidian. That's right. Something to think about. I love the content. Thank you so much, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I did forget, but please smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about here, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell, because YouTube needs to know we have someone in the house watching the live stream. Use your credit for biz, get inventory, do consignment. I have 101 ways. Vanessa Comagate. Exactly. But here's the thing. You have done the school of hard knocks, which is called entrepreneurship, business owner, trying to be out here living the extra lifestyle that most people don't want to take those risks. Most people are not comfortable with betting on themselves. They want to bet on, I'm going to work for somebody else because I know a paycheck is coming in. That is fine. That is good. There's nothing wrong with that. But generally, you're going to live comfortably. That's true in the long run if your job allows you to work there that long. But the thing is, in this day and age, being able to work with a reputable company for 20 to 30 years, you're going to be very hard pressed, because most companies are looking out for their bottom line. They don't want to pay you. They'll say, hey, we'll fire you and then hire 2 people in your place that we'll pay them less than what we're going to pay you, because you moved up over time. So they're willing to let you go because they go, okay, they've worked here 20, 25 years. We'll let them go. So those are the things that you have to watch out for now. And the harder it gets for corporations and companies, that means they have to let people go at the higher wage. So that's why she has 101 ways, is because it's real in the field out here. You have to improvise. Just because we could do something 10 years ago or 5 years ago, we may not be able to do now. The same things that the CEOs of our lives, the same thing we do, CEOs of corporations do. 3 years ago, they look at their numbers and go, hey, man, we had a 20% profit margin. Now, all of a sudden, it's only down to 7% profits after our revenues. What's going on? Then they have to do changes. You're no different, but most people don't look at it that way, because majority of the population used to work for corporations or companies. So everybody just went to work, got a paycheck, and they would work for 10, 20 years, 25, 30 years, call it a day. So that's why she has 101 ways. All right, Victor Moreau, with a 1K start and a 10% return, you could have a little over 1M in 10 years. However, you'll need to invest 5K per month. Exactly. I was getting ready to say, that's why the power of time is so important in the equation. Exactly, Victor Moreau. But see, here's the problem. The 5K per month you're already doing, that's 60K a year. So when does a person approach the 60K a year, right? I mean, is it going to be when they're 23? Is it 28? Is it 32? Is it 35? So any months below 5K per month that you're able to put in somewhere, that extends your timelines, which is what he alluded to about time. And so therefore, this is why ultimately you have a population that doesn't have the capital or the money later on. And the cost of living increases. So that same 5K a month that 20 years ago, we could buy a whole bunch of things. Then 20 years later, all of a sudden, hell, half of your rent, half of your mortgage could be 5K. You know, I mean, this is how crazy it's gotten. And that goes along with you going along the timeline. So again, he's right about the numbers, but think about it. How many people have that 5K that they can just throw into an investment every month? When does that happen? So does it happen when you're 30? Does it happen when you're 35? Does it happen when you're 40, 45? When does that happen? And then we still need 10 years. So that is one of the problems. So here we go. Diesel Mike. I was watching Undercover Billionaire, and this billionaire claimed he can start $1 million business in 90 days with just 100 and a smartphone. That show was a load of BS. Of course it is. That's a TV show. That's a TV show. They make the Undercover Billionaire look good. But you do realize they have different connections. See, there's something called life experiences, right? So it may be possible for him to do, because the bottom line is what they're not showing us is the behind the scenes thing. Because I guarantee you, I saw one of them Undercover Billionaire shows, and they dropped a guy off in like some city in the middle of nowhere. And I was sitting there like, okay, this is cute. He was doing these trades and allegedly had no money, but yet he had something. And so then he traded for one thing, then he traded for another, then he traded for another. And I was like, okay, that is not going to happen. This bartering thing, and he's going to be able to trade into a car within like a day. I was like, there's clearly things missing to make the show move along. That's all I'm going to say. TV, you can never, it's fake reality, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Don't pay attention to that nonsense that they do, because they can't. First of all, the billionaire is not going to look like he failed. Let's just put it that way. The show's not going to make it seem like they failed. All right. What would be very interesting is if they actually did carry the 24/7 cam, voice and cam with them uninterrupted. So you don't get to see any other interaction. So you don't get to see producers going, hey, go over here. This guy said that he'll make a deal with you. You know, you didn't see none of that stuff going on. A guy drops into town and doesn't know anybody, and all of a sudden he's got cars. He's got some way to make money in less than 24 hours. Come on. Stop playing. All right. That's crazy. All right. Let's see. I listened to this guy on EYL University. Ian is his name. He has a course on options. Starting price for his course was $5,000. I said, not my money. Hey, you know what it's like around here. This is the no guru zone, ladies and gentlemen. You know, once again, this is like my little pet peeve, right? Obsidian Line, the code keeper, starts me up every time with this, man. Why is somebody who's making allegedly a lot of money, why is he charging $5,000 for a course? Why? I'm mystified. Wouldn't we want everybody to win? Wouldn't we? I mean, that's what we want here in the SSN Nation. We want everybody to win. So why would I take $5,000 of your money that you could have used to put into something that could earn you money like tonight, tomorrow, the next day? I'll never get it. Now, stock options are risky. That's another thing. Man, I hope it's not stock options, because those are risky. All right? Everybody has winners. Just like when you go to a casino, they keep the lights on because there are winners. But the majority of people are losers. Just like that. Stock options is the same way. Okay, I was having a conversation with many people about, let's just face fact, there's not even that many billionaires and millionaires on the planet, right? So in case someone's new here and you don't know how many billionaires there are, there's roughly 3,800 billionaires on the planet. That's it. out of 7.6 billion people. 3,800, like 3,800 in case you don't understand my speech. That's ridiculously low, but also ridiculously low. 60, because there was 50 some million, but I'm going to, over crypto and all these new projects, I'm pretty sure there's more millionaires now, but let's just say 60 million millionaires on the planet. That's it. And they're holding the bulk of the money of the whole world. They're holding the bulk of assets and wealth. More than 50%. All right? That is incredible. So what I did was I said, hey, how many people out of these millionaires and billionaires, how many of them are on the stock market doing stock options, sitting in front of their computer on a daily basis or every 2-day basis? I don't care. You name the days they're sitting in front of their computer. I guarantee you that's not happening. There's only going to be such a small percentage of stock option traders that are going to be in the millionaire and billionaire club. And in fact, when you really looked at everything, there was none in the billionaire club. There was one guy claiming that he did stocks, but I said, wait, didn't this guy charge $5,000 for his course, $10,000 for his course? I'm like, so he didn't make his money from trading. He's making it from you guys giving him $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 because you want to be on his inner circle. I was like, this is BS. It doesn't work, doesn't happen like that. And anybody paying somebody $5,000 to learn about stock options, ladies and gentlemen, it's incredibly not that easy. All right. You got to know what you're doing just to be profitable in that in the first place. All right, straight crime on these courses. Even the drop shipping courses are ridiculous. Exactly, Obsidian Lion, the Co-Keeper. Don't let me get started with the Kevin Davids of the world where they're charging people $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70,000. And then they say, give us that money and then we'll build your store. I'm like, hold on. I need more than just to build my store. You better be talking about some guarantee of revenue charging that kind of money. Because at $30, $40, $50, $60,000, somebody could have used $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 and put it in some of this newfangled crypto, new stocks coming out. You could take your risk on that and end up a lot further along and have the money in your pocket. I'm just saying, it made it ridiculous, but I know what you're talking about there. I just want to win, family. I got to be like the czar of financial freedom. I like that. The czar. Hey, man. It takes work. That's all it is. Just understand where you have to put the funds and the profits you have. That's what it's made up of. I want to win. Everybody wants to win, but the timelines are all different. Just because somebody has what you deem as a success and making money and all that, it might have taken 25, 30 years. There's nothing wrong with that. It might have taken somebody else 15 years. It might have taken somebody else, hey, they had a startup company. The next thing you know, that thing went crazy and they made lots of money within 5 years. Everybody has their own different timeline based on what you're doing, but there is one thing in common about most of the wealthy and the rich. That is, they don't just work for somebody else. They actually started their whatever, their company, their business, what they like to do, they were doing it. And even in bad times, they still said, I don't care what anybody says or anybody's doing. I'm still going to continue on. It takes 5 years. It takes 10 years just to be successful at the start. That's how long they will take. All right. So that is the key right there. There is no real timeline. And that's why when you say how to be rich and put it in Google, they can't tell you, because everybody that does become rich actually does so different ways. That's just the way it is. All right. So just keep that in mind. All right. Melanie Bonita, I charge for courses and coaching because I invested in myself to learn the information. Just like education, I get it, like college. It takes me time to teach you. That is true. And she says the most important part, I'm worth it. It's another stream of income, et cetera, et cetera. Melanie Bonita, Miss 25 streams of income, ladies and gentlemen, is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream where it's members only chat. And she has the icon next to her name. And oh, not only does she have the icon next to her name, but on Amazon, you can get some of her books. That's right. And after you get her books and you need her to come in and speak to a few people, that's right. You can hire her for speaking engagement as well. That's right. She has a little ecosystem going on, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what you really want to do, an ecosystem. When you're selling something or doing something and then somebody can use your services for a part of what they came to see you for in the first place. Goes hand in hand. The other 25, she has 25 or 26 by now, ladies and gentlemen. But again, I understand courses. I understand coaching. I understand reasonable courses and coaching. I'll give everyone that. But when you start doing this, give me 5, give me 10, give me 20, give me 40, give me 50, that starts being ridiculous. Because as everybody can see, when you search on how to be rich on Google and Google can't even come up with it, they're not sitting there saying, hey, give your money to somebody, give that $20,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 to somebody, and they'll tell you how to do it. That is crazy when you think about it. But I'm not mad at you. That's streams of revenue. And if you're good at doing that job, it's always about what somebody's willing to pay you for your services. So there's nothing wrong with that. All right. Some of these crypto projects made some folks super wealthy, especially those that started during pre-sale. They were lucky to being at the right place, right time. It doesn't happen for the majority. Exactly, Victor Marrero. And that's exactly what the problem is, because you're not at the right place at the right time. Like, let's say, who's going to be at the right place at the right time when you have 100 crypto projects that are coming out in the next week? And then how are you supposed to pick which one's going to be a winner? You do your due diligence on one. That takes you hours. Then you do your due diligence on another. That takes you hours. You may not invest in none of that. And then the next thing you know, it's 3 days later and you done checked out 5 things and you're saying, that doesn't look good. And then the ones you didn't know anything about or didn't choose for whatever reason, public sale, next thing you know, their coin that was like, let's call it 1 cent, somehow's $50. And then, of course, it comes crashing back down to earth. But in the meantime, those few people who got in early, it could be 500 people, it could be 600, it could be 1,000. They were able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars. But then it goes away. And now next. And so that's the damn shame of this whole thing. Right place, right time. And unfortunately, that's what it's going to take some time, especially with the crypto projects, like he said. Exactly, Melanie, I'm charging for my time and acquired knowledge as well. That is what entrepreneurs are supposed to do. You are supposed to charge for your time, your expertise, the time it took for you to learn. That is why when you work at a job or work anywhere, they usually give you more money the longer you're there, because you are invested. You understand how everything works in the company, and you can train other people and show them what to do. So that's exactly the same thing in the real world. So again, that is just like college and everything else. You're going to school to learn something, and that's why you're paying for the time and expertise. Alleged expertise at college, though. That's the whole problem. So nothing wrong with that, because acquiring knowledge oftentimes are not in books and you can't learn it. That is the difference. A lot of people don't understand this. They're thinking, okay, I'm going to go open up a book, but a book doesn't tell you the nuances. It'll give you the lines that you need to do, but it doesn't tell you, and things are left out. Yeah, well, I had to call here, call there, do this, talk to this person. Those little steps are left out, so duplicating is hard. In most cases, when somebody's reading a course where the person says, here, I'm dropping you off this course, see you later. That's the little things that oftentimes will not produce what a person really wants, because nobody's going to be at the phone if somebody has something to ask you. And that's the difference. But anyhow, interesting. Yes, ma'am. At Vanessa, exactly. We have the courses, we have the books, we have it all. Victor is right. Sometimes it's simply being at the right place at the right time. Yes, Vanessa Comagate, that is exactly what it is. And funny you should mention that, because there's an occasion that's coming up. Just like I told you before, and I'll say it again. I was doing vacation rentals on Craigslist, on eBay in 2010, 2011. I get a call or an email from Airbnb who nobody heard of. And they're like, yeah, we're starting this new thing and we want you to come on our platform. You could really help us out and we're going to pay you this, that, and the other. Okay. I'm like, what the hell? What do I have to lose? It's free. So next thing I know, it's 2012, I believe. And that's when they start their platform. The rest is history. But again, I was able to get in early before they had all these new rules that they have now, right? Because back then it was based on you have a property, you can do rentals. Now, apparently, they have some other rules because people have done nonsense over the last 10 years. It's crazy. So being at the right place at the right time, there's an arch, right? Every business, there's a timeline and an arch for when they're rising. And then sooner or later, they hit their apex and then all of a sudden they start coming back down. What I mean by back down is really the customers, they don't have enough hosts, for instance. So what do? They said, okay, our host is declining because there's VRBO, there's future stay, there's vacation, Vacata, there's all different other type of businesses that have joined in the fray. So they don't have that 100%, 100% of the market anymore, right? Or 95% of the market. So they said, we're going to come up with Airbnb experiences because then we'll get hosts that actually do, when people come into town and they'll have something to do. And now we'll put that on our platform. So now we can extract a fee for everybody that does experiences. Everybody wants to stay at a house. At the beginning, you couldn't have things like tents. You couldn't, there were certain parameters. You couldn't have a tent. You couldn't have like a backyard unit as well. There was only like standalones and condos. That was basically what they started with. They have expanded enormously as new companies to compete against them have entered into the fray. So being at the right place at the right time is serious because, again, if you would have been in 2005 and you'd have been astute enough to buy Apple, buy Tesla, you would be doing great. I was not astute enough to buy Apple and Tesla when the things were in single digits, $6, $7. I was not. So again, that's the whole thing. Great example. You must keep your eyes on change. Look at the Blockbuster video. Exactly. Blockbuster, a travesty. They could have bought Netflix for only a few million. And the guys walked in their offices and offered it to them, and they laughed them out of the place. Who would wait 10 days for DVDs to come back in the mail? That was hilarious. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And like I said, speaking of timing, Netflix comes out, does what they do, which was put it in the mail, send it back, whatever. That worked. But when Redbox came out, where people go to 7-Eleven, go to stores and do all that, again, I was not astute enough to say that's a good thing. And those machines, I believe at the time, were $2,500. I think that's what it was to get into the Redbox thing. $2,500 for the location and everything. And that had its run for what, 15 years or so, maybe, until streaming came along. Now, Redboxes I still see occasionally, but clearly when somebody's paying for Hulu or Netflix and they're less than $10, I mean, and you have unlimited movies and they're making their own movies and their own TV shows are coming out, you're not going to be running down the Redbox when you don't have to anymore. So even if Redbox went down to 50 cents a DVD, which I don't think they are, I haven't been there in a long time, no reason to go to one. But the point is, things change and you have to see that change. And therein lies the problem when you're an entrepreneur. Nothing may stay the same over the course of a 10 to 15 year period. There's a peak and there's a valleys. And that is the problem altogether. Here we go. You must keep your eyes on change. Look at Blockbuster Video. And speaking of change, here we go right now, ladies and gentlemen. Vanessa Comegate. She brought up potentially the number one investment opportunity of 2022, end of last year, fingernails to go, just like a red box. Who would have thought that somebody would come up with some nail salon portable in certain instance when you're talking about a countertop unit? That's portable to me. And then who would think that you can go to a location and get your nails done in less than 5 minutes? And what I mean by nails done is not that. What I mean is they print on acrylic nails, and it actually, you can print on your own, but print on acrylic nails and have the design that you want on each nail separately if you want in less than 5 minutes. Then you can go home and put them on, do whatever you want to do. But the point I'm trying to make is this is a paradigm shift. Most women and men, if you get your nails done, you're going to a nail salon. Now they have mobile nail technicians out here. But the mobile nail technicians are about to be cut off at the pass, because those same mobile nail technicians would be the same people that should have one of these countertop units that they show up at somebody's house and say, hey, pick your design. And then they do the nails. Then they do the finish on the nails. Their time would be cut down. That is the whole point here. Time is money. So if these nail technicians are charging $100 to come to your house because of the convenience, $120, and now the person shows up and says, here, make your design. After that, we'll get everything done up beautifully, put on whatever you got to do, right? The coatings and all that. Imagine somebody saying, okay, 5 minutes done, and then 5 to 10 minutes to finish. You're out the door to the next person. You could be doing maybe 2 or 3 if people live in the same vicinity. Your profits are going to be huge. $60, $70, $80 per person. I don't know where you're from, but in most places, $200 a day, $400 a day is pretty good. All right. Let's just say what it is. 8 hours a day times 30 is $210. How many people get paid $30 an hour? Not many. All right. So think about it. But fingernails to go. Number one opportunity of 2022, possibly. That's right. And SSN Lifestyle members, you guys are going to have an opportunity to do some investments with that. And remember, membership does matter. And oh, by the way, I don't even think I have SSN Lifestyle in the description down below, because we got Ring of Fire. It's coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Ring of Fire. And that's how you can get an investment. And quite frankly, Founders Club, Elite, and Premier are the ones that'll be able to get first dibs. All right. Now, I can't find it here, but anyhow, I'll put a link. Can I? No, probably not. It's all right. We'll add this for everybody on replay. You can check it out. All right. Also, let me do some other business down below in the description. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to send out emails because YouTube doesn't like to give out our videos that often. They don't notify our subscriber base. So down below, please sign up for the newsletter. It's an email, and generally it's like 90% of the time I send an email out before the video comes out and before the live stream is going to come out. So please take advantage of that and sign up for the newsletter. And down below, I have some other things that I didn't even realize, but I'm going to have to talk about. The Discord group is down below as well. I started that. It's really more or less just so people have different places that you can find information. So like the Twitters, the Instagrams, and all that, it's almost the same information. There's some memes and things besides when I do videos, but there's some other little memes and discussions going on different platforms, because not everybody's on the same platform, right? So I add that. So I added the SSN Lifestyle membership down below, even though it says Founders Club. You don't have to sign up. Founders Club membership went up a little bit, $24.99 now. It's going to keep rising because of the package that you receive for the Founders Club. Everything else is going to stay the same. Premier, Elite, Pro, that'll stay the same. All right. So just keep that in mind. Now, let's go. Absolutely. Take the mobile machine to festivals and make a killing. Exactly, Vanessa Comagate. There's something to be said about portability. That's the beauty of this whole thing with the handheld or countertop unit. As long as you have it powered up, you literally should be in places that tend to have people want to create their own, whether it's for their team, whether it's for that festival event, like Coachella, for instance. People are crazy over Coachella, right? So if you would have had anything Coachella and they could create their own, they're going to do it. And with social media, they will do it right then and there. And with social media, they'll do the advertising for you. Look here, what I'm getting at Coachella. Come to this booth over here. This is crazy, right? They'll do the advertising because they'll be so happy because this is something that is unknown at the time. Who knows what the actual threshold is going to be for how many of these are going to be out? But we do know this. They're not able to produce 1 million of these things. So there's going to be like this 3 or 4 year window that only a few thousand people are going to have these machines, whether it's the vending machine standalone version or the countertop. Because worldwide, they can't produce millions of these because it's not just going to be in one market. They're already over in Europe. So in order for them to expand, they're going to have to produce millions to service new customers, whoever wants to get into this. So you're going to have 4 or 5 years, in my opinion, minimum, before there's going to be any real change or I don't even know what the change would be, but you will know how business works. Somebody's going to come up with some improvement somehow where it might siphon off customers. There's already people that do make these machines in China. All right, let's just get real. But the Chinese ones look like junk to me. All right. So here you go. Look, Vanessa Comagate already has her things up. Look at this. LA County Fair, Orange County Fair, big money makers, earn 6 figures in 2 months. See here, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are getting free lessons. SSN Nation, she's giving you playbooks on what you can do with not only the fingernails to go, but this is mobile products that would be in demand. Once again, if you know your product is in demand, you just got to get in front of people, right? So are you willing to spend, I don't know what the LA County Fair may cost. I don't know. I mean, it might cost like $2,500. Back in the day, the fairs were pretty cheap. They weren't that expensive. I don't know what they cost now. I used to be at fairs. That's right. Other little secrets you guys don't know, right? In fact, I'll give you guys a little story because I haven't given stories in a while. I used to be a Dish Network dealer, all right? So what that entails was back in the day, the big satellite dishes were out, the ones that were 10 feet, 12 feet. The little baby ones came out, and you know what happened? Everybody started laughing. Ha, ha, ha. How can that get 100 channels or 30 or 50 channels? No way, no how. You need that big dish. And meanwhile, that big dish costs thousands of dollars. This new dish, special promo, free install. And it only costs like $50 or $40 a month, whatever it was, for like 40 or 50 channels. I can't remember what it was. And they were saying there's no way that little 12 or 18-inch dish is going to do the same thing that 10 or 12-foot or 14-foot dish does. Well, guess what? It did. And the whole time I'm sitting out here, people are running to this thing because their cable bills were roughly around $100 at the time, I think. You could get this for $29.99. So you didn't have to do anything. This alludes to what I was talking about earlier. You didn't have to look for customers. You just had to be out there. So when people saw you, they're looking at that thing going, wait, does this really say $29.99? And it has all this and includes HBO, Showtime, and Cinemax is included in the package for $3.99 more. So for $35, I get all the movie channels. That would be $120 in cable. And forget the 12-foot old school stuff where you had to move the satellite and all that nonsense. People were coming to the table, signing up, and then telling their friends to sign up too. And then when they got to the house and it was installed, people now come over to visit and they're sitting there looking at this HD quality video And they're like, where'd you get this? Oh, I got it from these guys. I'm getting calls. Hey, my friends just came here. They want you to come over and install theirs. That is what we're in when we're talking about these fingernails to go. That is what you want. You want to be in that environment where you have customers. And speaking of the fairs at the Sacramento County Fair, in fact, it wasn't even 2,500. At the time, to have a table at the fair was like $300 or $400. That was it. It was cheap as hell. Now, if you wanted a bigger space, like I think like what was it, 20 by 20s or something like that, now you had to get into some thousands. But it was cheap as hell. I don't know what the rates are now. That was like 20 years ago. So nonetheless, just letting you guys know it's real out here in the field, and you never know what you're going to find. And when you find it, you have to jump on something. And this, I believe, is one of them. And she keeps giving you the playbooks. She mentioned the festivals. She's mentioning the fairs. All of these locations you can be at, whether you have the handheld or the vending machine, which makes it a very interesting proposition, because if you had a vending machine, you could just leave it and walk off damn near. That would be crazy. But, oh, that machine would have made money at Coachella big time. Exactly. Burning Man, Coachella, any of the festivals we're talking about. I mean, the sky is the limit. Any of the sporting venues. I mean, think about this. This is almost so crazy that you could be at the tailgate party 2 hours before an event, sit in the back of your truck and offer this up. And you wouldn't have to do much because the team already has their logo in the machine. Everybody's going to want the team logo or a player name or something that has to do with their favorite team on their nails, whether it's men or women. And can you imagine sitting there going, 3 minutes? It's like, it's done in 3 minutes. And then heaven forbid you go to the next level. You say, this is what you printed out on the acrylic nails, but here, after you're done, go see the technician for that extra $10 so she can get you all done up. That would be wild, right? I mean, come on. This is crazy. That's why I believe this is such a big time thing. All right. Oh, they are expensive now, about $100 a square foot space, but worth it. I did the major fairs. Yeah. So I was thinking, so we are 100. What are we talking about? 10 by 10 is 100 square feet, $100. So you're talking about 10 G's. That's crazy. Yeah, you're talking about major fairs though. Yeah, major fairs are going to be 10 G's. That Cal Expo used to be, the state fair was at Cal Expo at the time. But again, we're talking 20 years ago. All right. Now, if you start looking at inflation, which is what we've talked about here in the SSN Nation, 20 years ago, 300 for just a spot, 2,500 for a booth, 20 by 20, something like that. Now she's saying it's $100 a square foot. That means things are now like $10,000, $15,000 for what used to be $2,500 to $3,000. So that gives you an idea of what happens over time, ladies and gentlemen. So again, thank you for letting me have that information, because that's impressive. Wilson Koo's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream, where it's members only chat. And he's here because he has the icon next to his name. And he's in the nation tonight because it says what it really takes to become rich. Are you joining the movement, ladies and gentlemen? Because you're going to have to do something. And Wilson Koo's here. He says his tagline, good evening, Mr. Bird and SSN family. 100% facts. I sell money. That's right. Wilson Koo sells money, ladies and gentlemen. And that's another way. Here's the answer. What it takes to become rich? Well, there's one way. You can use debt to become rich. That's right. What does it mean? What do I mean? I mentioned it earlier. After rehab value for real estate, you've heard of that. Some of you are sitting there right now who has found real estate that needs to be rehabbed. You found that 15-unit apartment complex that nobody wants, but you're sitting there going, oh man, it cost me $150,000 to get this all right. It's going to cost me $500,000, but after it's all done, they tell me it's going to be worth 1.2. And you said, damn, I can't do anything. Well, guess what? Congratulations. Tonight, you need to get in touch with Wilson Koo. And how do you do that? Well, a couple of ways. You send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow.com. Support@stopstrugglingnow.com. The second way is you go to quickeasyfunds.com. That's a website, QUIKE, E as in Eric, Z as in zebra, funds.com. And you can contact Mr. Koo yourself. And it doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop there. You have an Amazon. You have an eBay. You have an Etsy. It doesn't matter. You have revenue coming in and you say, hey, you know what? I'm kind of running short on trying to get that inventory re-up. You have a track record of revenues coming in. Therefore, you can get a line of credit or funding, so now you can get more inventory that you need, so it makes sense for you. That's how you can see Mr. Wilson Koo. You can see him for a myriad of things, but I'm just giving you a couple of things that he can help you with. And that's why he sells money. They're giving loans and lending away, and he has other investors that are looking for other things. Just like if you had free and clear, or even if you didn't have free and clear, you have some land that's vacant. No utilities are on the land or anything. You can make money. Wilson Koo has people looking for vacant land that they want to invest in to do projects. What I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is if you don't know what opportunities that you have, then therefore you're not going to do anything, right? Because there's somebody right now that's saying, hey, man, I have like 5 acres and it's just sitting there and I'm paying taxes on it. I'm paying for the utilities coming to the lot if utilities are coming there. Man, I wish I could do something with it. And you're saying, well, I don't really have the $50 or $100 or $200,000 to make the investment to do something on here. Well, Wilson Koo might. All I'm saying, there's options, ladies and gentlemen. Evening at Drip Animal, Victor M, Vanessa K, Diesel M, Obsidian, Uton G, Melanie B. Hey, Kuman. All right. Wilson Koo, good evening, sir, from Victor Marrero. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to point out again, tonight's subject matter, what it really takes to become rich. Join the movement. And we have entrepreneurs in the house. We have business owners in the house. There's one common theme. And that common theme is you just can't sit there and do nothing. You're going to have to take risk. So a potential number one investment of 2022 could be the countertop fingernails to go. That could be huge. We're guessing that it will be huge. We won't know how huge it's going to be until somebody gets their hands on these things and actually tries several ways to monetize it. Because there really are so many different ways you can monetize this handheld unit. It really is kind of crazy. So we're going to make it happen, right? All right, SSN Lifestyle members, stay tuned, because there's not only a countertop unit, there's also a vending machine unit. And both of these we're going to be in the next round. So we'll have to see what happens. But nonetheless, you're going to have investment opportunities where set it and forget it pretty much. You make an investment, profits roll in, you get dispersed some profits. That's how we're doing it. And by the way, it's none of this $5,000 to learn about it or anything like that. Your investment will be going into it. It's not like there's a fee or anything like that. We're just saying, hey, there's $3,000 available, or let's say that means whatever percentage you put in, that's the percentage of profit that you're going to receive as well. That's just the way it is. Let's call it like it is. All right, Vanessa Comagate, stay tuned, because anybody that's thinking about this fingernails to go, she apparently is going to do the damn thing. She's going to be, for a lack of a better word, instructor, showing people how to do this, and potentially with all her knowledge of how to sell hand to hand, meaning at the Disney, at the fairs, at all these places, that comes in handy. experience matters. So she'll be able to almost suit whatever you want to do. And she's turned it into a business to help people, because there are going to be thousands of people who are going to buy this countertop unit. And then they're just going to hope they're going to have their ideas. They're going to say, okay, I'm going to have a home party, right? Which is fine. But then you talk with Vanessa and Comagate, and she says, oh, just don't do the home party. You should be over here at the fairs, or you should be over here at Coachella, or you know, she's going to give the person some experiences that she knows that she can get you into those places, or at least lead you right to the water. All you have to do is drink and walk through the door. So those are the kind of opportunities that are going to come up with everything. There's always an infrastructure. So somebody gets a unit. We'll stick with the fingernails to go. They get it. Somebody says, hey, it's a good idea. So that's the reason why they bought it. Then for whatever reason, they bought it because it's a good idea, but they didn't figure out the next move. How are they going to maximize their profit? They were thinking on a smaller scale, and then find out their smaller scale actually could have been turned into a large scale, simply because you discussed this with a seasoned professional, an entrepreneur, a business owner who's been doing the damn thing. All right. It's real out here in the field. So we'll just keep saying it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a little break. Let me see. I'm going to have to throw down a video so I can get myself a little drink and go from there. We'll keep talking about this because Google gave us no information on how you can become rich. It's unbelievable with the nonsense that they were giving away. All right. Here we go.
Come on, come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just had to throw down some more SSN lifestyle type living. You know how we do this. And oh, by the way, we're still in LA, even though I dropped a video, because I do have pre-recorded intros. Don't get it twisted. All right. You guys think I'm out here having fun. Sometimes I actually have promos, setups for my videos, but I don't even do the videos. So I reached back in, brought one out from Florida, did the intro because I can still talk about it. That's just the way it is. All right. Let's keep moving. But please, it's 1 hour, 18 minutes in. Please smash the like button. And that's so the YouTube gods know that we're in the house. And speaking of the YouTube gods, anybody know if there's YouTube spaces that are still in LA? I was trying to go down to the studio and I haven't heard back from these guys. I don't even know where it is. I might just have to Google and find out because I want to go down there and check this out so I can start getting some love from YouTube. All right. Now, let's talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna talk about something that I've mentioned several times before, because crypto is starting to get, how shall I say it? If it already isn't crazy, it's just getting crazier. There are new projects literally dropping nightly. At the nighttime, there's another 5 projects. As soon as you wake up, there's another 3 projects. In the afternoon, there's another 2 projects. This is just getting so ridiculous. None of these projects are really working together, even though they buy into they use their treasury to buy into other platforms, but it's kind of getting disgusting. So today I saw another by the Gentleman of Crypto. We had him on already as an interview. So search the channel, Gentleman of Crypto. King was on and he went over some things, but I saw he had a company on today. And they're on the Binance Smart Chain, and they're trying to give people, you know, that passive income 2%, 3%, 4% a day. And oh, by the way, on Friday, we're going to be talking about earn 3% or more daily. That's right, 3% or more. And down below in the description is COTPS, COTPS.com. Please use my link because that's a referral link. That's how you can make 3% a day right now. And it's been working for 3 months. They've been out apparently before that, but I can't verify. So we're just going to say 3 months. Okay. And it's still working. So again, I'll probably show you that in a second. But nonetheless, we have to get into the same old standbys. And what I mean by that is you don't know what the future is going to be in crypto. So therefore, you have to set yourself up for things that you potentially may know, especially when it's only $20, right? That's the thing. When it's so cheap, let me see if I can get to there. I don't know what's going on. Here we go. When it's so cheap, that's the thing. Look how cheap this is right now. I'm going to show you. Let me see if they have prices. Okay, let's go with never. Let's go with never. I'm just going to search just so you can see. No renewal fees, no minting fees, no gas fees. You just buy. So I put in never, right? So notice that never.x. That is not available. The .crypto is not available. And I don't know what blockchain means. Oh, domain is coming soon. So you have all these choices, $80 for the coin, 40 for wallet. .bitcoin is 80, 40 for all these others. The significance of this is if you get a .crypto domain, now remember, I have a link down below. It's a referral link. So I'd appreciate if you use it if you decide to go over here. .crypto is $20. .x is generally $100. The thing, though, is this is a one-time fee. That's it. There is no annual renewal fee. In fact, when you mint this, it's for free as well because it's on the Polygon network. It's not on the ETH network. All right. So they have an agreement with the Polygon where you can mint it on the blockchain for free. So ericbird.crypto, for instance, is minted on the blockchain. Now, it's just not that, because when you know that you can put websites on your .crypto, or I guess .wallet too, or .bitcoin, you know you can put pictures on there. It's on the blockchain. Nobody can take it off unless the blockchain dies. Also, the other significance is people can send you crypto to your domain. So now you can give them your domain address, or just your domain address is ericbird.crypto. You don't have to give them the alphanumeric characters. And they get to pick which crypto they want to send you. That is worth its weight in gold in reality, quite frankly, because now you aren't going through anybody else, although it's on Unstoppable Domains. Again, the link's down below in the description. But the thing is, you control money coming into your pocket to your .crypto. That's pretty cool. And all you got to do is, it's a lot easier to remember stop struggling now .crypto than sending somebody over alphanumeric characters and saying, hold on, take this QR code and do something with it. Or here's my address. The address, stop struggling now .crypto. That's right. That's another one. Okay. So just giving you guys an idea, that is being the business owner. All right. That's pretty simple. You're the business owner at that point. All right. Obsidian Line, the code keeper. Love the videos, Eric. Thank you so much. It's the lifestyle. We're going to have to bust out some new ones. Great video, Sultan. Thank you so much, Wilson Koo. I appreciate that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's it going to take to become rich and famous? We don't want to be famous. So how is it that Google cannot explain what it takes, what it really takes to become rich? Join the movement, ladies and gentlemen. Please sign up for the SSN Nation. Please smash the like button. Click the all notification bell if you like our discussion, and then go down below in the description and join the Discord group. Sign up for the newsletter and get your .crypto domain name. Join the drip community. Again, ladies and gentlemen, crypto is going to be in your life one way or another. You're going to have to figure it out. I know it's confusing to a lot of you. It's still confusing to anybody that's been in crypto because everything comes out new and you want to always get something new. And so when you hear somebody go, hey, it's 10% per day. Yes, there's new projects out here that are giving people 10% per day. I don't know how it's sustainable, but they're talking crazy. All right. That is real crazy. I don't understand, but they're basically just selling like NFTs. They're doing like COPS, COTPS, things like that, except instead of 3%, they're giving 10. They're coming out. And of course, people are signing up. But we don't know what's going to really happen. Once you have the momentum and the momentum stops and people aren't really rushing in, and that means there's no demand for your coin or whatever, what happens, right? That is the real deal. What really is going to happen? Nobody knows. So therefore, that timing that Victor Marrero was talking about earlier, that is the reason why a lot of projects start off strong. And what I mean by that is 1 day or 2 days. And then after that, nobody's in there buying. And all of a sudden, the coin price comes crashing back down. And sometimes it's 3 days. Sometimes it's 48 hours. Sometimes it's a week. Sometimes it's 2 weeks. But unfortunately, that's what we live in right now because there is no consensus. It would be so cool if all these guys somehow, I know everybody wants their own blockchain and want all that, they want to control it, but it would have been so cool if you really did have like 200 million people being able to go on one chain, low fee, and then the next thing you know, everybody's in the same marketplace. Because even under the NFTs, you can have NFTs on different blockchains, which is a travesty. And so some are on OpenSea, which they usually use ETH, and then some are on Solana, some are on Phantom, all different blockchains. Can you imagine? So that separates your customer base, which I don't understand. So if you're top dog like Bitcoin or Ethereum, you don't want to share because you have the most customers. But if you're the Phantoms or the AVAXs or any other chain that's out, you want those customers, but they're not going to give you those customers. That's the problem. So there's a whole bunch of things going on right now, and it's not consolidated. And until that happens, unfortunately, I think you're going to have the rise and fall of so many new projects who are on other chains. And even if you're on Bitcoin or Ethereum chain, there's no guarantee. So just keep that in mind. All right. So anything else, ladies and gentlemen, 1 hour, 28 minutes in. This is the SSN Nation SoCal edition. All right. And I still haven't ran any videos, any special videos on live streams or any other videos on the Southern Cal experience, but that's going to change. All right. We're going to be going out and about tomorrow. And I figured it's about time. I might run a live stream off my phone in the middle of the day while I'm down at probably one of the beach areas. I don't know which one I'm going to yet. You know, it's just go how I feel when I wake up, wherever it takes me. Who knows? Let's see what happens. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to talk about anything, please let me know. You can ask questions down below, but please don't forget. Now, I have to talk SSN lifestyle. We have to talk because we're going to get into a few things. In fact, I haven't talked about this in a while. And I don't even have it on screen. Hold on a second. Because again, on Friday, we're going to be talking about 3% or more daily income. That's going to be crazy, right? That's going to be real crazy. Uh-oh, what's happening here? I didn't want to leave. No. We don't want to leave. Almost messed up, ladies and gentlemen. You guys know I haven't messed up in a while. I haven't clicked off the screen, but I almost did it for the first time in a long time because getting excited about SoCal activity. Like I said, I don't really know. I think I'm going to go to, I'm thinking about Venice Beach, maybe. I don't know yet. I haven't been over there in like a few years. So why not go hang out and see what's happening? All right. Let's go. SSN Lifestyle. Ring of Fire coming up. Ground floor opportunity. I guess I might as well talk about this. And nothing really has been added new other than, hey, look, you have ways to promote other products and receive commission, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Receive commission. You can also refer other people into any of the top memberships. That also generates commission for you. Ring of Fire generates, just like Shark Tank, that can generate passive income for you because you're not going to be running the business. Other people will be. That's an option for you. So Ring of Fire, I'm not going to run that video, but Founders Club memberships are available along with regular memberships. So again, go check out what you can receive. There's a link down below for SSN Lifestyle. This is the Founders Club. There are still spots available for the Founders Club, so keep that in mind. There's only 15 that can ever be available. And in fact, what's going to be very interesting is once the 15 shut off, people will be able to sell their membership if they ever wanted to, once we get this built out. And again, I will go over the Founders Club only can receive this 1 week, 7 nights, 8 days in the Punta Cana penthouse. Next year, that is 2023, it'll be done almost a year from now. And then you also receive your 2 or 3 nights at a hot spot, Vegas, Wine Islands, Orlando, and a few others. SSN Lifestyle includes a membership passive income, can be achieved by a refer a friend program. So if you refer other people to memberships, that's another way you can do it. Ring of Fire, passive income, that's an investment equity portion. And then you have so much more going on that I won't get into tonight. And then, of course, the memberships start going down from there because the highest one is the 15 spots Founder Club. Elite membership is close. All right. So just keep that in mind, except they don't get any of the, you get to hang out at the, you get that 1 week at the penthouse. And you're also going to get some other things at another location that a lot of people know what I'm talking about already, the beach. So we will have that going on, just so you know. So check it out. The link is down below. Let me see if I left out anything else, because I'm going to probably end this live stream unless somebody wants to talk about something else, because again, I am highly disappointed. How to get rich. And when I Google it, there is not one iota of how to do it other than they're telling you save money, invest money, but they're not telling you how to get the money in the first place. That is the thing. That's why I'm kind of like, this is crazy. And then they talked about, I dropped down the menu of the salary that's needed. And again, they're talking something in the neighborhood of the top 1%. When you're talking about 150,000, 140,000, 160,000 of household income. Household means that could be 2 or 3 people working in the household. Now, if you have 3 or 4 people working in the household, everybody's making 40, 45, 50 G's each. Okay, that gets you to 200. You might be able to do serious damage that way. Group economics is always a good thing, right? So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me see. We have some other love in the house. Diesel Mike says, good evening, Wilson. Obsidian Lion, the code keeper, says, that's right. All right. So just letting you guys know, this is how we have to do it. Now, here's the funnier part. Let me go pull this up one more time, because some people missed when I was in the Google from the beginning, Google search, and I put in there how to get rich. And I just want to go over some of these things. This is in Google. This is why people have to figure it out a different way. Look at this. Exploit your skill as a self-employed expert and invest it. That's one. Hit 100K. I'm like, okay, 100K, then invest the rest. Okay, that's nice. This is all pipe dreams. Be an inventor and consider it as an opportunity to serve. Okay, so you're supposed to work for free because you guys know inventing takes time. Join a startup and get stock. Okay, you're going to need skills to join a startup usually. You're not generally standing by a friend that's doing a startup and then says, hey, man, here, take a few thousands of shares of stock. And if we make it 3 years from now and go public, or 5 years from now and go public, you'll be good. Develop property. Okay, you're still going to need some revenue or money to put down 25%, something. Build a portfolio of stocks and shares. You're still going to need. They're not giving. This is, I don't understand. Again, this is annoying. This is highly annoying, right? I'm just letting you guys know we went over this from the beginning, but what salary do you need? This is what I was talking about earlier, where they were saying household need to make at least 122 to fall into the upper income rich category. I mean, this is like ludicrous. Look at this one. We didn't even get into this. How to get rich from nothing. Look at this. Get the money mindset. Okay, we have the mindset. Good. Take financial inventory. Okay, we have nothing. So what are we talking about here? Set clear financial goals. Am I missing something? This is all like develop a realistic budget. We just said how to get rich from nothing. Get spending under control. Okay, this isn't going to help. Pay off high interest debt, commit to saving, automate your finances. Okay, again, ladies and gentlemen, what we do here in the SSN Nation, we just don't talk about these kind of hyperboles. We actually try to show you what you can do to make money, how you can become rich. And oh, by the way, the SSN Lifestyle actually does have a free component. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you can refer other people and still receive commission for free. You don't have to pay to be in the membership. How about that? That's right. We talk the talk, do the walk. We make it available because you guys know I'm an advocate. A person might be sitting here right now saying just what this says on the screen, right? How to get rich from nothing, right? Well, how are you going to do it? There's ways you can do it. You can sign up as an Unstoppable Domain affiliate, send people over there, just like I'm sending people over there. You can receive commission, right? Well, how do we get rich from nothing? None of this right here says go become an affiliate marketer. None of this says, hey, sign up for Airbnb experiences for something you're already doing. They're not telling you anything. This is all great in your mind, but in reality, if you have nothing, what are you going to do? You have to do something to generate income, right? We're talking about that all the time. So that's why this is annoying looking at Google. And then I have all these friends on YouTube, YouTubers, fellow YouTubers, colleagues, I guess you might want to say. And there's a ton in the financial space who says, you can do this, you can do that. Okay, this is great. There's lots of information on the internet. But at the beginning, when you have hardly anything, you don't want to spend your money on it and then find out you spent 500 and then it can't work out, or spent 1,000, it didn't work out, spend $5,000. You want to start for the least possible, then you can work your way up. All right. And don't want to be in debt either. That does not help you. All right. So anyhow, let's see what else we got. And then we're going to wrap this up tonight, ladies and gentlemen. All right. No, anything new from your DR projects? No, nothing new. They're taking their sweet ass time building it. Nothing new came out. Let me know if you got anything new, Victor Morrell, because all I got is Panorama. I'm trying to Panorama Lake. They started building it. There was some discussion about at the beach. They had to stop construction going because of some sort of permit. There's not really anything new to tell for most of these projects. Everybody's waiting because most of the projects aren't even supposed to be done until the end of this year and then starting next year. Even in 2020, what was it? 2023, 2022. So you're going to start seeing some projects done at the end of the year and maybe even in the next 4 or 5 months, but most are going to be tomorrow. So there's nothing new to report. They're still laying it down. And the other reports are that there's a supply chain issue, getting materials an issue. This is kind of crazy. I'm here soaking everything in. I work for UPS and I'm trying to not be one dimensional of sitting in line, the code keeper. That's very good. You work for UPS, because that turns into, if you haven't already hit that mark yet, that turns into a great income coming in, a great wage that you will receive for UPS. So you'll have disposable income to make investments, is what I'm trying to say. So that's a good thing. Everyone I talk to works, but never thinks about making their money work for them. I only get fed mentally when I come to SSN live streams. Obsidian Line, the co-keeper, that's exactly right. And that's why I always say, people who work at a job, that's one thing. But talking to 9-to-5 workers about doing other things beside 9-to-5, those are not the people you need to talk to, because they do not want to go out here and take a chance. Most of the people, you have 100 workers, 99 out of 100 aren't thinking, I'm going to leave and go start up my own thing, or I'm going to work here and start something else on the side that's going to generate more than I make here. They're not thinking like that. So if you go to them and say, hey, you know what, I'm thinking about getting this fingernails to go, this countertop unit, 9 out of 10 are going to say, are you crazy? That's not going to work. Why would you think that's going to work? How are you going to do that? Because their mind is conditioned to only think in this narrow path. So again, that's why you generally have to go with your knowledge, information. I appreciate that you're here in the SSN Nation live streams. And that is very, very helpful. And just keep that in mind. Don't be discouraged, because that's generally what it is. I went through this myself, because people would always say, I would tell people what I'm doing, because just like I'm telling you guys what I do, I would do the same thing when I was working side with people, and they would look at me like, it's not going to work. And here's the funny part. 9 times out of 10, I did not tell them before I did it. I would tell them after I did it. So in other words, after everything was going, after I already had it set up, that's when I would say, hey, what do you think about this? And 9 times out of 10, they're like, that won't work. And I got a kick out of it. I'd be like, really? That's very interesting. Because here's my office. You can call over there right now. Somebody's going to pick up the phone and they're going to tell you who the boss is. And we're already doing the damn thing. So interesting that you think that way. Yeah, and I still work here too, by the way. That's what I used to tell them. I said, because I make money here, I'm still young. I'm not going to leave and give up this money that I know coming in for sure, where I'm taking high risk when I'm starting a business. A business is high risk when you're starting out. So if you're able to have somebody else run your office and you're at work, that was the best of both worlds. But if you tell your coworkers that you're going to be doing something, they're all like naysayers 9 out of 10% of the time. 99 of 100, they're going to say that can't work. You can't do that. And in your head, you're human. Sometimes you believe, well, you start having doubts because you listen to the naysayers, and that doubt, something that they said was doubtful, might creep into your mind and go, man, they did say that might not work. And they might be right. So now you're going to change up. So that's why generally I don't say anything until after I already have it rolling. All right. Just so you know. And to give you another example. So I worked at Crystal Water. Okay. When I worked at Crystal Water, I got a call about the dish. And the guys, I was like, oh, this is cool. And it was like, at the time, there's only like 50 people that could be dealers. I mean, it was brand new. So when I heard about this, I was like, hell yeah. Especially when I knew the price point. I was like, people are going to want this. Cable's like $100 and some a month. So I worked at Crystal Water, set up my dealership, set up my stuff. I was selling at, get this, ladies and gentlemen, there's a thing called Roseville Auction. Roseville Auction cost I think it was $20 or $25 to have a 10 by 10 booth with a table and an overhang. So I literally needed the overhang and I needed the table so I can have the receiver on the table and the overhang so I can put up the dish. That's right. Run the dish at the auction live. Back in the day, I believe the commission, every person you signed up was somewhere like 200, 250, 300. I can't remember. It was somewhere like $200 to $300. It may not sound like a lot, but when you sign up, generally, not a lot of people, 3 people a day, only a 2-day weekend. That's 6 people on a weekend, right? Do the numbers. 6 times 4, you're signing up about 20 people a month. I'll drop it down because it didn't sign up 6 every weekend. Sometimes it was 3, sometimes it was 7, sometimes it was 4 a day. So let's just drop it to 20. So you guys can do the numbers. 20 times 200. If you install it, they would give you like an extra $150. So yes, I used to go install too. So just do the 20 by 300, ladies and gentlemen. On the weekend, I'm still working at Crystal. So I'm making like 6 G's a month. I still work at Crystal Water. The guys at Crystal Water, they don't know nothing about it until one day somebody sees me at the auction that I work with. And then I start telling them, yeah, I've been out here doing this, that, and the other. And then they're like, no wonder you always say what you need to say at work. I said, exactly. If you guys are doing something wrong, of course. I'm not worried about getting fired. I don't even really have to work there. But I'm doing that too because I like making a lot of money. All right. Everyone I talk to. So I'm just giving you an idea of sitting in line, the co-keeper. You can't talk to anybody else because most of the people aren't doing what you plan on doing. Everybody has their own individual path. All right. Some of those crypto projects are full of it. The roadmaps are never carried out. Exactly, man. That's the problem. They all look so good at the beginning and we're all so used to potential that most of the time we're willing to risk our money with potential. I risk mine too. Just like when I did COPS, just like when I did, what was that, Smart Coin, when they said they'll double every time. But again, it's all relative. So you put in $20. Who cares? You're not going to put in 1,000, 2,000 because you know things are crazy. Just like when we did the Wonderland Time, 1,000 or well, altogether 1,100. Wonderland Time implodes, so to speak. Right? Luckily, we took some of the monies out. So we still lost like a negative 500, but we're able to put it in another project. That other project also has gone down. So ultimately, there's been a burn off, but they haven't went away. But again, we can't win them all. That's the problem. All right. Did I send you the photos and videos of the Conner Rock pool bar progress? That's the one my brother bought. It's sick, so beautiful as a galaxy, just like you. They're still going vertical. Yep, exactly. Rockstar pool bar. I got a video from you, but I don't know. But that was like 2 months ago. So if it's a newer video, please send it to me. I'd like to see that because I'm pretty sure it's going to be beautiful. Conner Rockstar pool. That's cool. Your journey is very interesting, Eric. Obsidian Lion, the co-keeper. Hey, Obsidian Lion, the co-keeper. Basically, just like Vanessa Comagate, I've done a lot of different things. That's the thing, because I've basically just been doing whatever I wanted to do myself. So that's why. So I'm trying to think what my last job was. I think Crystal Water was my last job. So that was over 20 years ago, 25 years ago, something like that. In fact, damn near 30 years ago. It's like 25, 26 years ago, something like that, just to give you an idea. So ever since then, I just do what I like, quite frankly. So now since 2018, summer of 2018, we're 4 years in, I started doing YouTube just because I liked and I figured out this was a better way to help the masses from some knowledge that I know. And then we got lucky enough to have other members and subscribers of the channel that contribute with their knowledge and information, because let's put it plain and succinct. I don't know everything and I haven't done everything. So there's other people here who have done other things, other facets of life, and they're contributing to help all of us be better too. So that's one of the reasons that I liked that came about because when I started the channel, it was basically I was just helping with information that I knew and things that I've done, because it's been so many that I could give out information. But then along the way, there's other people that have joined in, and I'm very thankful for that. That helps other people realize they can always do something. Nice. Stronger has a nice bump today. I like what I see. Yes, I saw that as well. Speaking of Stronger, let me go look at this, because Stronger was like at a 10% last night. There it is, Stronger. Let's see what's happening. It was pumping up. It wasn't like 45 or 50. Yeah, see, it's at 70 now. It's been jumping up all day. 56 low to 75. So yeah, they're back on track, it appears right now. And I'm loving that. I gotta admit, I like that, even though it's well, at this point it'll be $7. But that sure beats around $50. That's for sure. So any increase like this is a good thing. It's just that, unfortunately, I just don't. This is what I'm not liking. You guys know how I feel about this. Look, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they went up in value, so then the other coins go up in value. I don't like this Bitcoin, Ethereum, this following. I mean, you look at on the right-hand side, the drops, they're identical, which means they're all involved. Look, they're all the same, pretty much. They're all the same. That's not right. That's market manipulation, because people are on these chains differently, theoretically. But for some reason, why are all these moving the same way, the same direction generally? So in other words, if you have an altcoin, you're hoping Bitcoin goes up, because then the altcoins go up. And if they go down, then the altcoins go down. This is what I'm not liking. I'm not liking to see this at all. Look at this. They all have that little V. This one didn't, but that's because but look, all the ones that aren't a stable coin, except this FTX token. But again, they did have a drop too, but they all have this drop here. That's just, I don't like that. That's not good. I really, really don't like that. I really, really don't like that. I love crunching those numbers and setting sale goals. Exactly. That's it. That's right, boss. You sound like me. Vanessa Comagate, I had a feeling, because you have done so many different things. And I love the advice that you give out, because the only way you can give that out is when you have done it yourself and you know what it takes, and you can just cut to the chase. You don't have to go roundabouts. That's what I love. But yep, exactly, man. The bottom line of the story was, when you are a very a motivated person, and you look at your job and you're motivated and you're trying to do your best, and then they look at you like, yeah, you're like one of the top leaders or the top persons here, but we're going to hire or promote your coworker over here for some other reason than being the best. That just always rubbed me wrong. That's all. That's why I couldn't work for most companies, because they were always promoting people that had less skills than me. And then they act like that was the right thing to do. And I'm sitting there like, you know what? The right thing to do is you hire the best person for the job. That's the right thing to do. This other nonsense you're doing means you're doing favoritism. You're doing something else, and that's not helping the company. So I got to go. So that's the bottom line. All right. I never liked it. That's why I got out for a while. Exactly. Facts from Vanessa Comagate. Eric, I just emailed you those pictures and video. Connor Rock Pool Bar construction progress isn't finished yet, but that pool bar is coming along very nicely. Okay. Well, maybe I'll add it. Let me see if I can add it real quick to this video. We'll go check it out. Let me go log in. because I want to see this. Yeah, it's kind of weird how things have slowed down a little bit. Well, it's really not weird. I think it's because the cost of materials went up. I also believe the it's there's so many projects going on and it's just crazy. I will get back in when the charts look better. Obsidian Line, the code keeper. Here's the deal. So when it comes to investing, no matter what it is, you cannot time the market. I mean, some people can, but attempt to, and then they'll tell you later after they really didn't time the market. They will say they did. All I'm trying to say with that is, if you believe in a project, the price really doesn't matter. Right now, prices are pretty low. So this would be a good time to buy into almost any project. Now, that doesn't mean that the project can't drop 60, 70, 80% like crypto does. But I'm just giving you an idea because you're not going to put in your whole bag, right? You're not going to do that. What you're going to do is you're going to put in what you can afford to put in. Then the idea is you want to invest a little now. You want to invest a little next week or next whenever you're every 2 weeks or every month, whatever your term is. That's what you would want to do. You don't want to say, hey, I have $10,000. I'm going to invest right now, because then you expose yourself to if it goes down, you exposes your full 10,000 to when it went down. So what you really want to do is just start, nibble, put in that 1,000, let's say, and then 2 weeks from now, put in another 1,000. Now you have a dollar cost average. Whether it's going up or going down, you have a dollar cost average. But if you're trying to invest and then determine, hey, I'm going to invest it with this and I'm going to hope it goes up, that's not the way investments work. Because generally, you don't know what's going to really go up. You do know from a stock market standpoint, like to me, I think electric vehicles are pretty safe. I think oil is pretty safe right now to invest in. And that's just going to be short-term oil-wise. But any electric vehicle stuff is going to be good, right? The big companies, Amazon, Microsoft, and all them, I mean, those are good, decent companies to invest in. They'll probably go up too. But over time, they also could go down. Like the stock market should be going down. It should have already went down. But the feds have printed money. They have allowed them guys that do buybacks. But nonetheless, there's certain things that you can invest in, and you should always start out slow. Just don't say, I'm going to put in 5 Gs, 10 Gs, 20 Gs in one thing. And now you're at the mercy of if it goes up or down. If it goes down 5%, you're like, wait a minute, I put in 10,000, I lost 5%, I lost $500. Oh, it went down another 5%. Now I lost another $500. You don't want to put yourself, because you could have put in 1,000. Then when it dropped that 10%, you could have bought another 1,000 worth. And then if it dropped another 20, you could have bought another 1,000 worth, and your dollar cost average could go down. And then when it went up 10 or 15%, you would actually be in the profit. So just keep that in mind. So don't try to time this or try to wait for it, because that's not a good thing. It's long term. Just think long term. And crypto, because it's so fast and people make profits so fast, that's one of the downfalls with crypto, because people are like, well, if I get in this project now, it moved up so fast, I missed out. Well, there's a lot of other projects that you're not going to miss out on. All right. And like I said, there's one right now, the COTPS. I have a link down below. That one's giving 3% return daily. You can automate it for $50, where somebody will have a bot and it'll run the bot 24 hours a day. So you'll get your 11 transactions a day for it. And that'll give you about 3.3% on your money. All right. So just keep in mind, on Friday, I started March 21st with the $142 of USDT on the TRC20 token, put it into COPS. I do not have the automated bot, but the thing is, in fact, I'm doing something right now. So I'm gonna show you this beach. Oh, there's a video. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. Well, thank you. Hey, courtesy of Victor Marrero, you guys might be seeing some real estate tonight because at the Corner Rock, let me see if I have this. Do I have the Yes, I do have Corner Rock. All right, I'm going to put this in here. We're going to have some videos, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, he sent me a video too. We have video. Let me see if I can get this in here. But anyhow, with crypto, if you're going to invest in crypto, then you only should put in what you can afford to lose. And then if the project starts doing something, then you can put in a little bit more. Okay, I need video. Oh, here we go. You guys might hear something in the background. Let me do some. Oh, I can't. Oh, the video is short. Okay. Okay, cool. We're going to have some video here shortly. But just keep that in mind, okay? With crypto, you don't want to put in a whole large amount initially. There's not that many projects that hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. I have video running. Uh-oh. I gotta learn some more Spanish. And that's funny. I gotta get some more. Okay. So I see something right here. Drip network. This is about the lowest I've ever seen it. It was in the 30s. So I'm going to show this on the screen just so we can see what's happening here. Yeah, this is crazy. In the 30s. This is pretty good. It actually did a little bump today, but it's in the low 30s. This is the lowest I've ever seen it. It's on the Binance Smart Chain. $32, 1% per day. That's not bad. I mean, and you can refer other people. And oh, by the way, you know what? Obsidian, thank you for mentioning. Victor Marrero mentioned it. I see also. You guys, great job. Here we go. The last 9 to 5 I had was Country Ride Home Loans in 2003. Got my freedom papers. There we go, Vanessa Comegate. Exactly. So she's been off, got her freedom papers for 20 years. That's how it is. Exactly. You're right. Thank you. Just keep that in mind. Drip Network is at a great price entry point. The way this protocol is structured, even if the coin stays at the same price it's now, you're still making money. The compound feature is powerful. Okay. Drip. Yep. Obsidian Line, the code keeper. It's Drip Network. There's a link down below because you can only be referred into Drip Network. So the Joshua Felder link is down below. He'll show you. Oh, in fact, search the channel for Drip Network. He shows you how to deposit into the Drip Network and search the SSN Nation channel, and you'll find the Joshua Felder video. So that'll help you out. And his link is down below in the description. So use his link, go over there, register or sign up, whatever you got to do. And it's on the Binance Smart Chain. So just keep that in mind. That's how you can do it. Never heard of it, Victor. Right. Exactly. Anchor protocol interest is now 19.54 for the USDD. It's more than twice of what Celsius was giving. Exactly. What's happening? Oh, I lost connection there for a second, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm loading up a video here. I wanted to do something else as well, but it looks like I can't get it. So here we go. This is turned sideways. So hopefully this is a short clip. Check this out. This is at Corner Rock, one of the pre-construction condos. the pool area, apparently there's people in there swimming, which is kind of interesting.
Es así como quedó el bar de la piscina.
Looks like I got to remove this off. All right, so we have somebody that's going to be.
Es así como quedó el bar de la piscina. Se pueden bañar. Lo que ella me dijo que quería hacer era poner un camarero mientras aquí, para que la gente que tenga las bebidas las pueda poner y el camarero se las pueda servir hasta que esto funcione. Miren cómo quedó.
Wow. Well, that's impressive. That looks very nice, quite frankly. Very nice. So I'm not mad. Beautiful. I like it. I think I'm missing a video here. Let's see. Yeah, I have a standalone video, but that's okay. We'll just use that video. I think the other video is the same one. It looks like it's the same one. 4/16/07/30. 4/16. Yes. You sent me video twice, so therefore I have the right video, so we're good. All right. So anyhow, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is Kana Rock. That is also pre-construction. I believe they still have units there. I'm not sure about that. So we're going to find out. All right. So again, please, 2 hours in, smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. Let me turn this down a little bit. Nobody's coming to save you, ladies and gentlemen. You can get this gear at the StopStrugglingNow.com website. All right. That's how you do it. Now, let's get into something else real quick before I forget. It's cops, because this is like one of the last things that I'm going to be showing you guys ever. I've shown the cops. I've shown some other things. This is like one of the last ones. This is the one that earns 3%, and disregard this screen. This screen's annoying because on your computer, it looks like this. On your smartphone, it looks proper. But down at the bottom is where your transactions are. Let me see. Okay, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, March 21st, I put in $142, 3% per day. This thing you can compound every 2 hours and roughly 15 minutes. So what we previously compounded like 2 hours ago in 15 minutes or thereabouts, this whole not all 242, but every transaction you can compound, right? So it takes little chunks. Like right here, it took $126. So it did a compound feature. And notice now it's at $3.93. All right, for the day. Now, again, I don't compound 11 times because I'm sleeping. When I sleep, I'm not compounding manually. There is a script that allows you to do this. And down below in the description, there is a referral link for COPS, COTPS. So again, notice it went up to $4. If you can see this is so small. It now is over $4 today. There's still $54 left on the right-hand side. I show this for the last like 4 or 5 live streams because this is actually working. You can also withdraw. So if I wanted to withdraw this, I could, just to give you an idea, because I still can't believe it's going. Now we're at 4.2, and then there's $14 left. Now, once it get below $5, you can't do anything else. So $5 is the cutoff. So there's going to leave some change in there probably. Let's see what it ends up being. I wonder if I had this on screen. Yes, I do. Okay. So here we are. And now it's $3.44 or whatever. You can't do anything under $5 to do that transactions. So now you see $4. And then 2 hours from now, it'll compound that to, well, this will be higher than 242 when it comes back. So let's just say 243 or whatever it's going to be. Then that'll compound again. And then at midnight, then it's going to reset. But it'll still compound the next day. So it ends up being 3.3, 3.4%, something like that. So just giving you guys an idea how it works. So again, it's been 3 months. It's giving 3%. I might have to add some more, but it is running USDT. And if you buy USDT at Coinbase, you will not be able to send it over to COPS because that's an ERC20 token. So you're going to have to get USDT on a platform that you can withdraw in TRC20 because you're going to throw in the TRC20 into the COPS. And then from there, from day one, from actually the first time you send your money over there, you're going to start earning 3% per day. 3.3% to 3.3. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully that helps you out. That is another option for you. It's working. There's others that are working too, but again, we'll see. So that's Drip Network. No, that's COTPS that I was just showing you, the one that does 3% per day. Drip Network is hold on, let me use to see Joshua's link. Drip Network is here. Drip Network is 1% per day. That's what you earn at Drip. And Drip Network is here. And again, I haven't signed up with Drip Network. Again, I just have a hard time being on the Binance chain, the Ethereum chain, the Bitcoin chain. It's just irritating. But anyhow, a minimum of 1 drip required for deposits. That's cool. A 10% tax is charged on deposits. What? What the heck? They're charging on deposits. They're taking out 10%. Okay, that's different. I never even noticed that. But anyhow, 1% daily, that's the start of it. And since I'm not signed up in it, then actually I should just sign up. Even if I did 2 drips, 60 or 70 bucks, I should just do it. So then I can show people what it looks like afterwards. But anyhow, I didn't have it on the screen. Here we go. That's Drip Network. 1% a day. And there's a referral link so you can refer other people. So you have a team. So actually, if more people are referred and they sign up, then you also get additional, just like it COPS, when more people sign up, I get additional money in my account that I can actually use, even though you have to transfer it from the back office to the front office. But I could do that and then have additional money in there. But I wanted to see what's going to happen over 30 days. And so tomorrow will be 30 days. So on Friday, it'll be the last time I probably visit the COPS, because I'll show people that after 30 days, if this is going to be, well, it's going to be 243. So it still ends up being around 58. I believe I did the numbers on Monday, 58.6, 60% return on investment in 1 month. That's not bad, ladies and gentlemen, straight up. So anyhow, this is Drip Network. The only way you can sign up with Drip is you have to be referred. And the link is down below. It's Joshua Felder's link. So that's what it is. All right. Okay. It seems I need to do more research. Yes, no problem. No problem whatsoever on that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to wrap this up. 2 hours and 14 minutes. Yes, it's looking good. Yep, definitely looking good. And Obsidian Line, the co-keeper. Yes, Drip Network has tremendous potential. The other project is Drip Garden inside the Animal Farm ecosystem. Both of these have the compounding feature. And you know what I'm going to do? Because speaking of Drip, let me see something. Because there was something that I've never done. Joshua Felder made a video, so you can search the channel, on the Drip Network. He was kind enough to make it for the SSN Nation. And Drip Animal Farm actually mentioned Drip Network also like last year. And I always wanted to add his link, which is interesting. Apparently, there's an Animal Farm link, and I'm not familiar with this Animal Farm link. So we're going to go check this out. So I didn't know it was two different things. Let me see. Is it? Cancel. Almost did it again. Okay, let's go look this up. Let's see if this is something. So we'll find out right now. This is what we're going to be talking about on Friday, by the way. Okay, here's the Animal Farm. I am not familiar with any of this. But this is earn 3% commission based on the rewards your referral generates. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not familiar with this, but what I am going to do is I am going to add Drip Animal Farm cryptocurrency, and Marrero might know about this. If he did the Animal Farm, I don't know. But I'm going to put Drip Animal Farm down below. I didn't realize it's two separate things, but I'm going to use Drip's Animal Farm link. So then that way he'll hopefully may get some love every now and then if people are interested. So let me see this again. Drip Garden inside the Animal Farm ecosystem. Both of these have the compounding feature. Okay. So Marrero, are you in this Animal Farm? Have you done it? Because I think one time you said you didn't do the Animal Farm. Connect wallet, referral count, commission earned. Your referral bonus is only earned when harvesting dogs rewards. Okay, I don't see. This is going to have to be a learning. Here's dogs token paused, pigs token paused. So it looks like there's some pausing here. So this Drip Animal Farm may not be doing what it needs to do right now. I don't know. But I don't know how this all works, quite frankly. Again, so this is interesting. Are these the coin prices? Huh. I don't know. Okay, well, we're going to talk about this on Friday as well. And let me see if Marrero's still with us. You got to pull teeth to get it set up. Damn, exactly, Obsidian. Click Drip Garden on the left. Okay. I'm on Drip Network and Drip Garden. Okay, Drip. Where's Drip Garden? Drip Garden. Here we go. Drip BUSD Garden LP tokens can be acquired tax-free. Sending BUSD to Drip Liberation Contract and the Animal Farm platform. Fertilizer. Okay, this means nothing. I don't understand. True game where all players start out relatively equal, and what determines your payout is how often you plant your seeds compound versus how often you sell them, withdraw. Below is a graph showing the buying over time and balance. Okay, so what am I doing? What's the percentage? What's the compound? Existing games give insiders over 100,000% more buying. Okay. I don't know what this is. Well, that's different. So maybe again, I've never delved into the Drip Network and everything they do. So again, I'm not adept at it, but luckily we have a few people here that's in it. And Victor Marrero is in it. And I will show you something that I'm excited about. And I'm going to talk about this on Friday anyhow, because it's 3% or more. And you guys know the neighbors. .io. And This here is easier for you, Obsidian. Now, again, these are all new. Okay, they had their pre-sale. What was it? April? No, at the end of March, March 30th or 31st. And then this started April 2nd. So again, I'm going to show, wait, let me see if I'm going to do something here. Does that show up? Okay, it doesn't show up. Okay. Let's see what I can do. I forgot. You got to log in on MetaMask. Let's do this, man. Okay. Here, how would you like 3%, 6%, or 10% of the coin price? Depending on if you own a house. Hold on a second. Condo or mansion. Now, they've come out with something new. I'm going to talk about this on Friday even more. I'm going to delve into it because they came up with some gold standards where they give you bonus. I don't know how this is going to be sustainable, but they're acting like real life, which I don't like, quite frankly. So here we are. Here's what we're talking about. If you see this, let's see here. This is a great entry point for Drip Garden. That compounding engine is amazing. You can literally see your numbers grow in front of you. Victor Marrero, let me know if you need to refer people into the Drip Garden. What I'm saying is, can somebody just sign up at the Animal Farm directly, or do you have to have a referral code? Because it appears you need a referral. And then what percentage are you earning with the garden? That's what I want to know. What percentage are you earning? All right, so back to the neighbors. You buy a condo, you buy a house, you buy a mansion. Here's the deal. This right here, what is that? That's weird. Rewards accumulated, it says 0.6. Oh, that's 60%. So it's 0.6 per day. So it's 6% a day. So in order to get to 0.6, that means 10 days has passed by. All right. I already claimed just to see what would happen. And when I claimed before, it took out 10%. So just like right now, if I claim that 60% of neighbor, and the neighbor price is $118. So 60% of 118, let's just call it $70. Okay. Basically, I will have $63 because they're going to take away 10% if I claim this. All right. Now, here's the thing. This, because a pre-sale, was purchased for $350. So I've already gotten out one neighbor because the other one, when I claimed, it was 0.48. So I would, if I claim this, it would be one neighbor worth $118 right now. So that's not a bad return in literally 3 weeks. It's not even 3 weeks yet. So if I would have cashed this out, all total, I would have like $120 out of a $350 investment. All right. Now, a condo, hold on, let me go see something here. What's going on? The condo, am I in the wrong? Here we go. Condos cost 4 neighbor tokens. So originally it was $200. And so this is what you see condos are changed. These are all special properties. So you get 4 neighbor tokens. So roughly 4 times $118, 4 times 120, that's $440. At pre-sale, you could have bought for $200. Well, now $440. Homes, which look like townhouses, the reason why they don't look like mine is because each time they come up with a new collection, new divisions, so to speak. Everybody has their own homes. All right, now this is 7 neighbor tokens. So 7 times 118. So we're looking at what, $900, let's say. $900, but you're getting 6% if you have a home. You get 3% if you have a condo, and if you buy a mansion, which is 10 neighbor tokens, which clearly is $1,200. Remember, it's on the AVAX network, so the fees are low. So it's not like if it's $1,118, you only need $1,200 because you won't need all that AVAX, because it'd only be like $1 or 50 cents when you do the transactions. So, but this is 10% of the coin price. So right now, everybody that has a mansion is earning tomorrow they'll get $11 if they wanted to withdraw. But basically, you're getting 10% per day. All right, that's literally what you're getting. 10% of the coin price every day if you buy a mansion. Now, one of the features, they've added some things like this mansion is the coolest in my opinion, by the way. But anyhow, they added some things where you have this thing called gold citizens and farming license and all this, that, and the other, and it gives you boosters. So in other words, you could have a mansion, you decide to be a gold citizen, they add 0.03, so now you are earning 0.13. That's 13%. It starts getting up there. So 13% would now mean that $120, let's say, is going to be $13 a day, something like that. So that's not bad. And that's why some people bought condos, multiple units. And so they're getting like 2% a day. 20% a day. So when you start doing numbers like that, where somebody's at $20 a day or $25 a day or $30 a day, that starts being $600, $900, $1,000, $1,200 a month. So that's why people bought multiple units at the beginning. Me, crypto, it's always testing because some of these projects never pan out. But anyhow, Obsidian Lion, hopefully that helps you out. Okay, just continue to build my passive income bag. That's it, Victor Morel. That's the way to do it. That's how we do it. But what's the return on the garden? The drip garden. Let me know. What's that return? And by the way, B&B cake. Okay, that's cute. Where's that dog stuff at? Dog's not there. I don't get it. Okay. Well, anyhow, I got sidetracked for a second. Victor Morel, let me know what the that Animal Farm thing. It didn't give a clear, concise number. Drip Network says 1% daily. That didn't say 1%. It's based on some sort of compounding. So what is the compounding, if you can tell us? I didn't see a number there. So let me know. I did not see a number. Let's see if I'm going to go back to this because I wanted to see a number, because I didn't really see a number as I was browsing through this. Plants grown, seeds available, contract balance. Okay. I don't fertilizer. Oh, that's a bonus. Okay. The drip garden, but it doesn't tell you what the percentage is. So is it not the buying power of new capital creeping up to 0.1%, non-compounding, slow due to buying power of new capital creeping up to 0.1%, not the time multipliers on attract new waves. Okay, that's still not telling me. This doesn't, oh, wait, hold on. Let's go with frequently asked questions. Initial drip LP back. Over time, you're used to buy plants. How much are my fees? Transaction gas fee, which is charged by the BSC network.
Compound. Many recommend you compound at least once per day, but you are free to do so as often as you wish. I'm not seeing a number. Once you're connected, you will notice your referral address appear at the bottom of the page. After clicking, will send seeds equal to 5% of their purchase instantly to your garden. Okay, so the referral is 5%. All right. Okay. I'm not seeing any of this. I don't get it. I don't get it yet. I'm not seeing it. So maybe Marrero can tell me what's happening. All right. Come on. Okay, I went to the Manor Farm. As you can see, I don't know what this is either. Prepare chameleon holding a seat at the owner's table with the launch at L2, the Animal Farm. All right, so me and Obsidian Lion, the co-keeper, have to do some research. How about that? Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's 3% daily. I deposited 500 this past Sunday, and I'm already at 20 per day. 3%. Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. It's okay. So, Marrero, is it like COPS? Because it said compounding daily or compounding as often as you like. So, do you have to go in and manually do compounding? Is that what the deal is? So, you said you're already up to 20 per day. 3 times 5 is 15. And then after that, you compound that at 515. And then that ends up 3 times, 52. So, yeah, you can get there. So 20 a day from $500, $600 a month. I like it. Okay, Marrero, I like that. But do you have to be in Drip Network, or is the Animal Farm a separate item? So a person can actually sign up separately at whatever it was, the Animal Farm? That's the question. You guys are getting this stuff on the fly. And now we can add this. Okay, here we go. Yes, you have to go in the platform every day and click compound. Okay. So then that leads to the same thing that I have to deal with here at COTPS, because there's a cutoff. So what's the cutoff time is the question. See how you're getting this, ladies and gentlemen, on demand. What's the cutoff time? So in other words, COPS is like midnight. And then it doesn't really matter what the cutoff time is. It's still compounding 3%. So it doesn't really matter. But you can do it every 2 hours and 15 minutes on the COTPS, but you're going to run out of time. But in reality, you could do it 11 times a day, which you would end up having a higher return, 3.3, whereas Animal Farm, you can do 1 time a day. And so does that mean there's a cutoff? So what I'm trying to get at is, if I didn't compound, between what hours would I miss out on the 3%? But I like that, though. That also means somebody has a script for it, probably, which is pretty cool. But I like that. 3% a day is still massive. That means you double your money in 30 days. That's massive. In case you guys don't understand, that's why 3% is significant. And if you can get 6%, which is like at the neighbors, if they're able to come through, and if you can get 10%, man, it starts adding up. Big time. Big time. That's why we want these to succeed, but will they succeed? We don't know. All right, so let me go back, because now 3% I like. I love that. Here we go. You actually don't have to do it every day. I do it so I can fill up bag quicker You can even follow a schedule on the Drip Garden. It literally tells you when you can do it. Very cool. Right on. Okay, so just to be clear, I am on the Animal Farm. So that's what we're talking about here. The Drip Garden, that is giving us 3% per day. So let me make sure I'm at the right location. Just confirm that this is the right location. This right here is the Animal Farm. And you're saying click on Drip Garden when I get here. So we're there. And then connect wallet and add, what am I adding? Am I adding BUSD or am I adding Drip? What are we adding here? Okay. The Drip BUSD Garden contract is verified, open source, immutable. What does all that mean? It means okay. Am I using BUSD? The only fee that users personally incurs their transaction gas fee. A 5% development fee is paid to the developer, but this fee is not paid by you as a user. This fee is paid to the developer by the contract as a whole. All Drip earned by the developers will be sent to the faucet tax vault where it's used to pay out divs to Drip stakers at the faucet. Okay, well, I don't know what all that means, but it's Pancake Swap. Is that what we're talking about? Let's go look. Yep, BUSD's at Pancake Swap. Let me go look at something else. Can I use USDT? We can use Tether. Okay. All right. I can almost live with that. Yes, that's it. Yes, Drip Garden. You have to have BNB in your wallet. You need to swap your wallet BNB for BUSD right there on MetaMask. Okay. But I can wait. Okay, let me go look at this. I think I'm gonna have to. Let me go see something. I don't know if I can. Let me go see this here. Okay, it doesn't show up. How cool is that? Okay, here's what I'm doing right now. You just said something very interesting. You just said go to BNB, which I don't have any, and you're saying you could swap from. Okay. All right. So you're saying, but I got to be on this Binance chain. Okay. This is not cool. So I gotta. Okay. All right. I get it. BNB swap to BUSD, but I can be at Pancake Swap and swap USDT for BUSD as well, or some other items. But it appears to be Cake, Ethereum, no, Vi, none of these. Actually, you know what? I got to do some other things. But anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to wrap this up. But thank you so much, Victor Morero, for spending time with explaining. Then put the amount of BUSD you want to deposit and load it. Very easy. Remember, BUSD is the stable coin, same as $1 for the BSC chain. Binance is not. Okay, so how did you load up into your MetaMask the BNB? Coinbase doesn't do BNB. That's the first thing. So you would have had to use something else. And that's very interesting that they don't use BNB. They have the price, but I don't think you can send it. No, it's not part of it. BNB is not supported by Coinbase. All right. What about BUSD? Probably not, because they don't support it, right? Let's see. Not supported. Okay. So how are we doing this? Don't make it too complicated. Simple. Just use BUSD. Okay, I can't use BUSD. Where are you buying it at? I can't buy BUSD straight out. So let me know where you're buying it at. Are we buying it on BitTrue? I mean, well, actually, I don't buy it on BitTrue. But where are you buying it at? That's all I want to know. So again, Marrero, let me know where or anybody else, let me know where you're buying the BUSD at. All right. Because then we're going to wrap it up once I know where you're buying it from or how you're buying it. Because since Coinbase can't do it, that means I got to jump through hoops, which is probably one of the reasons I still never bought into Drip, is because I'm just like, all these hoops unnecessary. I'm not a fan of having to do all these hoops. So I'm waiting. Let me see. Anybody else know how to buy BUSD if you're in the USA? Does that mean you're buying it into Changely, which my credit cards don't work on there, by the way, or debit cards either? Does that mean you're using it on some other format? Let me know, because I don't know how to buy it. That's one of my issues with crypto. All these different chains, always have to figure it out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like, Marrero, we'll have to talk about this on Friday, because actually what I was going to talk about on Friday, you guys can actually make sure you set your reminders. We are actually talking about 3% or more. That's right. On Friday, 3% daily or more. And actually, you got a preview. How to earn 3% or more daily is you got a preview tonight, courtesy of Victor Marrero, because the Animal Farm now meets that criteria of 3% daily. It's awesome. And there's something else I saw. That's the price, $148. That's pretty good. So just check it out, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So we're going to wrap this up 2 hours, 43 minutes in. So let's talk about it on Friday, Victor Marrero and everybody else. If you're interested in crypto, that's one of the subject matters we're going to be talking about. And that's basically the only place that you could possibly earn 3% daily or more. And I actually gave you a preview about the neighbors, because you can already do 6%, 10%, but that's based on coin price. So just keep it in mind. We're talking about 3% or more daily. Not 1%ers, 3%ers, 6%ers, 10%ers or more. That's what we're going to be talking about. There's ways you can get past 3% on a lot of platforms, but that's what we're going to be talking about. And also down below tonight, I did have the Vapor chain or Vapor nodes where you can earn 1% daily in crypto. There's a referral link down below for Vapor. They're also VPND. All right. Just to let you know. Now, remember, all of this is high risk, high rewards. Just keep that in mind. And I'm going to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why we have to keep doing our own due diligence. We're using our hard-earned money to make these investments, but we don't know what's going to happen with crypto. Even though we're making 6%, 8%, 10% daily, in the long run, can this happen for a year? If it can happen for 6 months, if it can happen in that short time frame, we're happy, but we really want this to last a lot longer, because everybody then can enter in at any amount and do very well a year later. 1 year to minus down to 1 day. If we can go from 1 day to 1 year, we'd all be doing good only off of a few $100, just to give you an idea. All right. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.